Hello and how you doing, and welcome back to Two Jagoffs. I am your host, Austin Cairns, right here in Point Park University's Media Hub. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing a champion on the podcast. They are the current 880 wrestling champion, the leader of the Dead Hand Society, someone that I've had a few encounters with in the past. Please welcome the Black Sheep, Nix Wilde. Nix, great to see you.
Thank you, Austin. It's good to see you too, buddy.
It's great to see you. Thank you so much for coming down here today. I apologize with how cold it is. My God, it is so damn cold out there.
It's ridiculous, especially downtown where it is blowing. The wind is blowing like crazy.
Yeah, no, not fun at all.
It's brutal.
Not fun whatsoever. But no, I'm glad that you're on the podcast today. I've had pretty much almost the entire 880 roster on at this point, and I'm trying to pick apart at all the original members of 880, like the Steel City Killers.
Yeah.
I got MV on, which if we're gonna kind of count MV. I got Brandon. I got Casey.
He is the killer.
He's the killer.
From
okay.
The tree of killers.
So it's what? MV, you, Reese, Brandon, Casey, and Gianni.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So Gianni's the last one. Gianni's the last one I need to get, and then I have.
We got to get
all
Gianni in this seat.
He'll be on next.
I would say save the best for last, but you save the best for second to last.
Second to last. I mean, you're the champion, so.
I am the champion right now.
And how does it feel to be champion right now?
Pretty good. We're rolling, man. We're freaking rolling. I think I've had some really, really good defenses, and I'm just kind of steamrolling over everybody at 880 Wrestling, just like I always said I would.
It's funny, too, because when I started at 880 Wrestling, Gianni was actually at the tail end of his 880 title win, and one of my first championship matches I called was actually you winning the 880 championship.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a pretty cool first full circle moment for us here on the podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what a good call it was for you to be able to call me taking that title off of Gianni Michael Enrico.
Yeah, you also prevented him from becoming GM3.
I did. I will, as long as I hold that title, Gianni Michael Enrico will never be GM3.
Okay, well,
I promise you that.
Sounds like a promise that we're going to keep here. I do want to talk about your wrestling career, though, Nix. And I mean, I've been following you for quite some time now, and I've been very impressed with your character work. I got to give you some credit, because when I first came to 880 Wrestling, my first impression was, okay, who's the best heel here? Who's the best face here? Because I always like to dissect it from the top to bottom. And right away, John caught my attention with his microphone skills. Now, I hate some guy named John. That is my worst enemy there. I cannot stand that man. But his mic skills immediately caught me. I'm like, okay, this guy right here is probably the top heel. And then I heard some whispers, and they're like, no, it's Nix. It's Nix. Watch out for Nix Wilde. And I started watching your stuff, and dude, I got to tell you, you are very impressive. I love the promos you cut. Sometimes I don't fully agree with the stuff you say and the actions that you do, but you have had one of the best years, and I want to give you your flowers for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, being 880 champion, and obviously that's probably one of your biggest feats you had so far. I want to go back in time, though. What made you want to get into professional wrestling?
What made me want to get into professional wrestling? I loved professional wrestling when I was 8 years old, and it was on the road to WrestleMania 20, and I started falling in love with wrestling. That is what made me love it. What made me want to be a wrestler, because I always thought I never had it in me. You know, I'm 31 now. I didn't start training until I was 28, and my whole 20s I was like, well, that's past. You know, we lost that. There's no way I'm going to get that. But I don't know. I started going to enjoy wrestling, and I just, not to everybody really impressed me a lot, to the point where I fell in love with indie wrestling too, and that was where I went, you know what, I really want to do that. I think I can do. I think I'm capable, and I want to see if I'm capable before it's too late. Excuse me. Before it's too late, to see if I can do that. And MV opened up the school in New Kensington in 2022. Yeah,
22.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm getting my years mixed up here, but 2022, and I went. Well, yeah, I want to be trained by the first person I saw win the Enjoy Championship, and now someone I consider a friend. So it was really cool. Yeah.
And when I spoke with other guys that was in that same class as you, like Casey, Brandon, Reese, they talked about how the training was brutal, but if it wasn't for that training, you guys wouldn't be where you are today. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I would absolutely agree with that. Yeah. I mean, there wasn't a ton of people that started. Well, there were about 20 people, honestly, on day one, and it whittled down real quick. I mean, some people we found out were shitheads, and they needed to get gone. And then some people just quit, and a lot of people quit. And we were there. A lot of us were there 4 days a week, and training 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, and that set us up so well. I mean, so big time. A lot of training schools don't have that, and that's not to say that, excuse me again, anybody's better or worse. It's just that we were able to be in a wrestling ring 4 days a week, and training like crazy. I threw up day one, and it's so funny. David Lawless tells me when I see him, he's like, "Man, I just remember you being that kid puking up McDonald's on day one," which it was, puking up McDonald's on day one. And now here you are as the 880 champion, and which means a lot to me coming from him, because I consider him probably the best heel in Pittsburgh and one of the best heels I've ever watched in independent wrestling. But yeah, that meant a lot to me. Anyway, I'm kind of diverting myself from the question, good. But yeah, that set us up for so big to be successful, and to start the early days of 880.
And you said WrestleMania 20 was kind of what made you really get into pro wrestling. What specifically leading up to WrestleMania 20? Like, was there some favorites that you had growing up?
I John Cena. Obviously, I gravitated towards John Cena, the GOAT, my GOAT, always, always. Chain gang soldier till I die.
Facts.
And I mean, for better or worse, the first match I ever saw actually was a Monday Night Raw leading up to WrestleMania 20, and it was like the whole back half, the whole last hour of Raw was Shawn Michaels versus Chris Benoit. Whatever, for better or worse, whatever. He was a great wrestler, and he did help me get into professional wrestling. Yeah, and that whole storyline leading up to that helped me. Eddie Guerrero, beating Brock Lesnar, and I just fell in love with Eddie Guerrero's character at the time. And gosh, yeah, that era of professional wrestling, the Ruthless Aggression era, was my childhood. Was for me. So.
And you know what? It's funny because I kind of grew up watching mostly like the PG era, right around the beginning stages of it, like the tail end of the Ruthless Aggression era, because I was born in 2003, so. Around that time, I don't even remember.
Little boy.
I know, I'm little. I'm so damn young over here. But I did go back and watch some of that stuff. And Eddie was actually one of my favorite moments, too. I mean, oh my gosh, what a moment. Like, I love the underdog story. Like, I've Johnny Gargano, Bryan Danielson, AJ Styles. Those are the kind of guys that fascinate me, just because I love that fighting from down under mentality and then getting to bigger and better places, taking down that big, vicious heel.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's so awesome.
It's such a good story. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Would you say that's your favorite match of all time that you've ever watched, Eddie and Brock, or do you have a personal favorite?
My personal favorite match. I don't know. That's tough. I really think back to watching wrestling early. Probably, I mean, Ray and Eddie the next year.
Oh yeah, that was good.
21, kicking off WrestleMania 21 like that. And that whole feud, that whole year, was really good. I mean, even putting a child's putting a child on the line in a ladder match. I don't care. Yes, it's insane, but God, was it compelling to a 10-year-old me thinking like, what if my dad had to fight for custody of me?
Custody of Nix Wilde. I love it. And what a character Dom has grown into now too. I mean, that's just incredible.
I know.
Full circle moment there. Going back to your career though, I want to talk about your favorite matches of all time. I mean, I know that 880 wrestling is still relatively new, and a lot of the 880 guys are still new into the business. But you've had a ton of matches over the last couple of years, especially with 880 running weekly shows. Do you have a personal favorite that you've maybe competed in, or maybe a greatest rival? Yeah,
I mean, I probably will say this for a long time, but me and Reese at Misconnections last year in our I Quit match is still, I think, my favorite match I've ever had, because it was so easy to get into that. And the story that we told leading up to that was so good. I mean, Reese was the catalyst for me turning heel in the first place. And it was all, just a story of jealousy and a story of love, I think. And like I thought it was kind of like it felt like a love story. Wrestling's gay. I loved telling that story. I loved it so much. And then that match was just, I still can watch that match and I don't get mad at anything that happened in it. I can watch a lot of matches and pick it apart and think like, I wish I'd done that differently. But that I Quit match was just like, to me, it's my favorite match.
That's probably your favorite match of all time. And Reese actually said the same thing last week on the podcast. He said that was probably his favorite match of all time. So I'm glad that you both are in agreement there on that one.
I still hate you.
You still hate Reese Hayes?
I still love you, man.
That's probably something we can agree on. Reese has given me a hard time over the last year or so, kicking me off commentary all the time. I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll give you a fist bump.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's one of the leaders, you know. I know you don't really, I like John.
You like John?
I know you don't like John.
How?
He's helped me. John and Clayton helped me out. They just helped me out. Like, was that last week or a couple weeks ago? Yeah.
Yeah, was that when you came over to the commentator's desk and like grabbed my? Is that your new thing now? You come over and grab my mic after your matches now?
Because I can do whatever I want, Austin.
You get. I mean, I see it. I see you're the champ. Yeah.
You're the one who invited me on. You know what I'm doing.
I did. I mean, this kind of on the title on the table. I like having championships on the table here. In all seriousness, though, Reese Hayes, I will say that was one of my. I wasn't at 880 Wrestling at the time, so I actually had to go back and watch that one because I like to do my homework on stuff. And that was a really solid match. But there was another match that I wanted to point out. I'm drawing a blank on the name now. See this? I forget. Drop them on the cinder blocks. You'll know.
Oh, Peyton
Graham.
Yeah,
Peyton Graham. Yes, that was one of my favorite matches I saw of you too, just because of the stakes that it had leading up to it, and the whole story with Dead Hand, Black Hand.
And that meant a lot to me. That meant that, fuck you, Peyton Graham. But I love you, and I really appreciate you. That was such a what an honor. What an honor to be able to be someone's last match, and there's some things I wish I could change about my performance in that match, but I think that emotionally it was all there. I thought the part where he has me locked in the chair and then starts dancing around while he's playing like from Pulp Fiction was really good, and getting bought back and forth by his wife and him. I loved a lot of that match.
I was on hard cam for that match, actually. That was before I did commentary, and that was probably one of my favorite matches of the night. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, that was right before I started. I was like, okay, this is a fun match. So that was one of the ones I always remember. And then, of course, you winning the title, too. That was probably a match that also meant a lot to you.
That meant a lot to me. Yeah, that was important, and especially to do it on the barbecue, it's like one of our biggest shows of the year. That was huge. And honestly, let me just talk, all of 2025 was super, super cool because I got to work a program with every single Steel City Killer.
That's
I worked a match. We did the thing with Reese. I worked Gianni. I immediately worked KC, MV, and Brandon. I got all 5 of those dudes last year. When I looked back on it, I went, I got to do that with all my homies. That's crazy.
I don't even know if they can all say they have.
No.
I don't even think they can all say they've done stuff with each other.
No, they were all a huge part of the build of Nix Wilde in 2025.
And now you're here.
Yeah.
Now, Black Hand Society, Dead Hand Society. I know, obviously, the story behind it, but not a lot of people do. Can you kind of explain what happened with where Black Hand then turned into Dead Hand, and now how you lead this cult-like alliance, we'll just say? We'll put it like that.
Yeah. So the Black Hand Society is I don't want to call them old because that's kind of mean, but they are.
You've said worse.
I've said worse. But yeah, they were a faction in Pittsburgh and in the tri-state area. About like a decade ago, and it's crazy because in about 2013 or 14, I actually went and saw. I was at a Black Diamond wrestling show, which was also a defunct promotion out of West Virginia, and I saw a lot of those guys wrestle. I saw Ty Cross wrestle. Saw I think Edric. I think Edric was on that show. Connard, who wasn't a member at the time but did become a member in the newer iteration of Black Hand Society. I saw all those dudes wrestle, which is wild, and then, fast forward to now, I got to first I turned heel. I helped, the newer iteration of Black Hand Society, which was Remy, Peyton Graham, Edric Everhart, Ty Cross, Matt Connard. Who else was in that? Who else has been here? Gosh, there's too many people. And
a lot of people.
Yeah, and Marcus Mann. Marcus Mann was here, running the show for a little bit there. And I helped Remy win the belt last year in 2024, and then it turned into me turning heel. And then we had like a trial period basically where it was like they were watching me from afar, and eventually invited me into the fold. And then I'm smart, and I took that whole shit over and I revamped it. I kicked all the old people out, and now we got a brand spanking new, shiny, beautiful faction.
Who would you say as of right now is currently dead hand qualified?
Dead hand qualified, dead hand proper.
Dead hand proper,
I would say is comprised of me, Remy LeVay, Jazz, Saturn Price, and Tyler Vox. We are still, I know Gunnar Bergman was, helped us out recently, and shouts out to him.
Where'd you find that man at? My gosh.
Freaking Valhalla, dude.
Okay.
He's right out of Valhalla. He's big man, and he's
very big man.
Impressive.
Yeah, he decapitated Casey Ward at the chair a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, dude. And he's so new. Like, I'm impressed by him. I think he's gonna impress a lot of people at 880 soon. And then we have D-Beat Cooper, who is also. No. I'm sorry. I meant to put D-Beat into the proper. That is
D-Beat's
made up
proper
of
now?
about 6 people. Yeah, D-Beat's definitely dead hand proper.
You mean the dude who lives outside in a tent? That one? That guy?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy?
Big beard.
Yeah, big beard.
Yeah.
Roasting s'mores.
He's just kind of like, he's just kind of grimy and like, he fits the vibe. You know what I mean?
He creeps me out, so I guess he does
He's
fit the
a creepy
vibe.
dude.
Yeah.
But he's also. I love working with DB because he makes me crack. He can really make me crack, like in the middle of a match or just in the way that he interacts with the crowd.
Is it just the stuff he says that randomly comes out?
Just randomly, he just says shit, and I try really hard to maintain composure.
I'll break the fourth wall for a second too. Vox does it with me too sometimes. Some of the random stuff he says or does when he's there.
He's so good at that too.
Yeah, like he'll just start like calling someone out in the front row, and I'll just have to like kind of turn around because I know the camera's pointing right at us. This was at the shop. I was like, I gotta turn around. I can't be laughing at these guys. I can't be laughing. I have to hate you.
And Voxy will absolutely do that. I think, and I'm gonna put him on blast. But sometimes when I'm cutting, if I'm in the ring with Voxy and I have to cut a promo, it is sometimes so difficult because that dude loves to just keep talking. And it doesn't make me mad, but it is so funny because he's just like tell him and I'm telling him like hold on, like I'm telling him.
Do you ever have the crowd ever break you at some point?
Does the crowd ever break me?
Because I mean they say some pretty brutal stuff. I mean Tupac family especially. I mean they don't let you go.
I've been jawing with this one guy in the crowd recently. I believe his name is Carter.
Oh, Carter. Okay, I thought you were about to say Carl. I was about to say.
No, not Carl. I'll fight Carl.
You'll fight Carl?
I'll fight Carl.
Dead hand don't like Carl? Leaders do.
Leaders do. But, Carl, you're on my hit list.
You know what? It's another thing we'd agree on. 2 for 2 right now. But Carter. Kid named Carter.
Yeah, dude. He's just, he's been berating me the last few weeks. And I'm like,
really?
Like, man, what if I ever do to you? You know, I'm a winner.
Your promos are pretty funny too, I will say. I mean, some of the random shit that you say that comes out of your mouth, you're like, "Hi, I'm here. Yeah, it's me. Shut up. Fuck you." I'm just like, what? All these things thrown out at once. I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good.
I love to get people's attention. That's how I do it, and it also helps me to just get to where quiet. Everybody shut up so I can think and talk.
Yeah.
You know, like
I feel like presentation is so key too. Like you got to have a good presentation to be believable enough.
for sure.
Because like, and it's just not even just 880 guys. I see this in indie wrestling in general. I mean, there's so many people out there that want to make you believe, but like, there's no traits that they're showing that it's like, okay, I understand where you're coming from with this. Heel or face. Like, why should I boo you? Why should I cheer for you?
Right.
And you make it pretty obvious on why we should boo you.
Yeah.
You make it pretty obvious. Your theme song's also pretty badass too.
Thanks, dude. I love that song. Shouts out my boys. They're my friends.
Really?
They're my friends. They are an excellent band. They're called Fall 50 Feet. And I've known a couple people in there I actually haven't met yet, but Dave and James from Fall 50 Feet, I've known them for over 10 years when I was playing music.
Holy shit! So that's pretty cool. Then it's like your own. Is it like your own dedicated theme, or is it just like one of the songs that you were like, oh, I'm using this?
I was listening. I was trying to find a new theme whenever I was, turning heel, and I didn't. I was like, okay, I got to get away from this Turnstile song, and I was like, okay, I need to find a song that is not going to get me censored. Like, we used to, me and Tatiana used to come out to My Chemical Romance, and there were so many shows, so many TNFs, so many different shows, where the music's just muted out. Like it's just our entrance, you're just seeing us come out, and I'm like, damn, the rights people are really trying to come get us. So when I was listening to my voice in Fall 50 Feet, I was like, wait a minute. Yes, I know these folks. Like, this is an independent, band who I would like to get people, get them more reach. Get people to listen to them. And it was perfect. I just hit up my friend James and I was like, "Yeah, dude, can I use this song? And can you please send me like the actual MP4 of it?" And he did. And I was like, fuck yeah.
That's great. I would be lying to you if I said it was not in my playlist. It is definitely in there, and I can probably speak for a lot of different people. That song is definitely in there.
That opening riff is so. I mean, it goes so hard. I get so hyped whenever it literally. I hear those opening riffs, and it changes me to a different person.
You just get locked in instantly.
Yeah, it locks me in. It really does. It really does.
I even sometimes you'll probably catch me bump my head a little bit at the commentator's desk too. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it. And again, that all goes with the presentation because like you really want to believe that you're that character. Like if you want everyone else to believe it, you got to believe it yourself.
Oh yeah.
And that's probably the best way to get in the character.
Yeah. When that riff is hitting and I am like just like, okay, I'm no longer insert my real name. Now I'm Nix Wilde.
Now you're Nix Wilde. So you said before you worked with Tatiana. I know you also worked with Reese. What was it? The Wildflower? Wildflowers. Nice.
Wildflower.
And you guys were face.
Yeah.
At the time. Mm-hmm. And now you're heel.
Yeah.
Do you prefer being face? Do you prefer being heel? Is there a preference there? Or can you work both?
I don't. It's been so long since I've actually been face in a match.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I have preferred being heel. I do like being a heel. It is fun. It's really rewarding to get people to hate you. It is, because then you get, and to also make them love the person that you're wrestling.
That is true.
That is so rewarding. I love getting to like make this person be more liked because I'm so because they don't like me so much. And that I love that feeling. But I think I started my career as a face, and I only got to do that for honestly a year, not even 2 years. I didn't even get to do a full 2 years of being a face. So I think if I were to go back, I can flip flop for sure. So I honestly can't tell you yet because I haven't been a face in a match in a long time.
Definitely having more fun though as a heel than you were a face.
I'm having a lot of fun as a heel. It is more rewarding to be able to help other people in that way.
For sure. And I feel like at times it's hard to be a face because for me personally, I'm a face technically, but sure. I feel like it would be a lot easier, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, to be a dick compared to being the good guy, because you have to go above and beyond just to get people to cheer for you, get people to boo them. I mean, just say their team sucks and you're good to go, or their city sucks and boom, there you get the heat.
It's so much easier to get a room full of people to hate you as opposed to like you. I forget the first person I heard say that on like a podcast or a wrestling podcast I was listening to that was just like you imagine walking into a room and just being like, hey, everybody in this room, you fucking suck. Like, they're all going to be like, you, fuck this guy.
Like, yeah, screw
but
you,
if you walk into a room and you go, you all rock, some of those people are going to be like, that's a weirdo. You know, like it's so much
Call the
easier.
cops.
It's so much easier to make people hate you than to make them like you.
You've also been making your rounds recently too, outside of 80. I know you've done stuff with Enjoy in the past, up in Canada, Florida. Is there plans on maybe doing some other stuff here in 2026?
I mean,
step out of the 880 bubble a little bit.
I definitely want to, for sure. I'm not as. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to get back down to Fest, get back down to Florida. Hopefully go to Canada a couple more times. Enjoy, there's some stuff lined up for Enjoy in the future. So that's really cool. But you know, I'm so happy with what we have at 880. And I know that sounds like, you know, this person doesn't, you know, they don't have that much, you know, ambition or drive or whatever, but I just like, we have a thing that is so cool and so unique to independent wrestling. To have a weekly episodic show, to be able to build stories in that way, and then to like pay all those stories off like a month later, you know, I mean, that's the dream, you know. My biggest concern and my biggest goal is to grow 880. But in order to grow 880, that also involves all of us trying to branch out to other promotions. And I get that too. But yeah, I definitely have plans. I don't know what they are. I don't know. I definitely want to get out more and hopefully keep expanding 880 to bigger and better things. I know a lot of folks are already. You know, Brandon's doing so much cool shit in Canada, and him and Casey, you know, traveling to West Virginia, winning having tag belts in West Virginia and for Fest Wrestling in Florida. We're all doing really cool things.
Yeah, and BSJ has the Canadian title too. It's like, what the hell?
It's crazy. It's so crazy. 2
different continents, 3 different states if you really think about it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, BSJ, love that dude. One of the best.
No, BSJ is great. BSJ is great. So you've only done what, 1 Canadian Deathmatch match so far?
Yeah.
Or okay, and that was Jesse Mack.
Jesse Mack,
if I'm not mistaken. Okay, cool. Because I actually called that match. Surprisingly, that was my only Canadian Deathmatch match I've ever called. So, or the only show that I've ever called for Canadian Deathmatch so far.
That's awesome. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Are you into like the deathmatch style kind of wrestling at all, or is that not really something you're as big into? Because I've had some guys on the podcast, cough cough Brandon, cough cough Jamie Jameson, that love to bleed. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't mind bleeding.
Okay.
I will do it. I like it is a rush. It's definitely a rush. No doubt about it. You will not catch me doing glass.
No glass.
You won't catch me doing light tubes and glass and stuff like that. But I am willing to do so. And I pushed myself a good bit in that match with Jesse Mack. To the point where I'm like, okay, I could push myself a little bit more. This is the first time I ever took a gusset to the head.
What does that feel like? Probably fucking hurts.
Not as bad as you'd think.
Really?
It's not as bad as you'd think. It sucks for like that second, and then, or I guess you kind of want to like, but anyway, it sucks for a second, and then afterwards you have really good color, and it's
just kind of bleed.
You just bleed. And I don't know, there's something about tasting your own blood, man, that really makes you freak out. Really makes you go feral.
Channeling something that you don't know you actually have inside.
Yeah. I mean, that match with Reese last year was the first time I had ever bled. And yeah, I just remember thinking like, okay, I could probably do that again. Is
there like preparation going into it beforehand, or is it just like gig yourself real quick kind of thing? Or because I know like some people, like they'll be like, oh, I have to drink a certain amount of juice beforehand, or I have to do this kind of workout beforehand. And some people are like, no, screw it, I just take the blade and go.
Orange juice, aspirin, stuff like that, I guess. I don't know. I didn't do anything I didn't take any aspirin or anything like that before either of those matches.
It was like, screw it, let's just get this over with.
Yeah, it just worked, you know. I bled just fine.
Never did skewers before?
Oh, I did skewers. Yeah,
I
did skewers I don't think there's any footage of this, but it's me and Brandon did a no ring in Florida a couple days before we were at Fest, and we did skewers for that match. That was crazy. That hurt worse. That hurt real bad.
Oh, that actually hurts?
Those suck. Yeah, I hate those.
I've heard people talk about the skewers before. They said that's not fun at all. I mean, it gets a good reaction though. I mean, all those things poking out of your forehead, like a damn porcupine. Like
that's the worst part is when they're staying there. It's like it's not so much the actual getting them in; it's when they're dangling and you're like, and you're just like,
oh, you can just feel it there.
Yeah, it sucked. And then me and Brandon threw shots at each other while we still had them in there.
Oh, so they're probably like
they were just like,
yeah,
please get out of my head. Please get out of my head.
How does it hurt whipping those things out? Like, are you like pulling skin and shit out too? Like, as you're doing that? Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm glad I'm behind the commentator's desk.
Buddy, don't worry, buddy. We'll get you. We'll get some skewers in your head soon enough.
Great. Okay, that's a promise. Look at the thumbs up. Great. Clip that, Lucas. Clip that later on. So in terms of future plans for 2026, obviously I know you said that you would love to maybe make some more rounds as you can and build 880 up, but is there maybe any particular opponents that you maybe have your eyes on? Maybe a feud you want to revisit, someone you may have not stepped in the ring with yet?
Yeah, it's funny, Brian Baum was just at 880 recently, and we talked again, and every time I see him, I'm like, we both are like, we're going to get that match. Like, we're going to get that match. I would love for 2026 to be the year that Nix Wilde versus Brian Baum happens. I have never had a singles match with either of the Runway.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Yeah, no. I've wrestled them in tag matches a bunch, but I would love to wrestle one or both of them in singles matches. Shoot. I would love to revisit my feud with Zeke from whenever I was a face. Zeke was actually the first ever street fight or like hardcore match I ever had was with Zeke, and I would love to step back in the ring with them. It's kind of weird now because we're both kind of
both people we can't stomach.
Both people we can't stomach, but well, not we.
Well, me.
You,
yes.
Not me.
I can't stomach either one of you.
You tricked me.
I did trick you.
I can stomach myself. So that's a big one, too. Let me think if there's anybody outside, like, actually, in the world that I would like to wrestle, but that's tough.
There's a lot of people out there.
I have a list. There's a lot of wrestlers.
There's a lot of people out there. Probably tack at the Canadian Deathmatch roster a little bit. Maybe some Enjoy guys a little bit.
Yeah. I just yeah. Sorry, we're getting.
There's a lot of people out there that you could wrestle against.
Brian Baum is like on my.
Brian Baum's probably top of the list,
though. My list because we were both on. Our rookie year was the same year, and we were both nominated for Rookie of the Year. For the QWI that year, so which is the Queer Wrestling Index, and we've kind of been in contact ever since then. So it'd be really cool to finally have that full circle moment and
get that match going. Hopefully it happens at 880. So
there's a really good chance it could.
I'm hoping so.
I've never wrestled Brianna Bands either.
You never wrestled Bands? Okay.
Not in a singles match. No. Not in a singles match.
That'd be a fun one.
Really love that. I don't know. I'd love to get back in the ring with Reese, because we just make magic. So
good chemistry together for sure. And I've said this.
Those are my big ones. Yeah.
I've said this to Reese's face too. I would say he's one of the most underrated on the entire roster. I mean, the amateur wrestler gimmick just works.
Yeah.
It just works.
Yeah. It's funny how he's both like one of the best and also one of the most underrated.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Exactly, because
he still is so good. Yeah.
He's not always in the main event, but like if he does get that main event spot, you're like, okay, yeah, there's a reason why he's here. Like the whole David Lawless story that happened. Oh my gosh, that was one of my favorites of 2025.
Yeah,
just right there. Not just because it was the end of Lawless's career, but I mean, shoot. Reese Hayes undefeated against David Lawless. David Lawless winning one final hoorah. Everybody from the past comes into this. It was perfect.
It was awesome.
I mean, not John and Clayton being there. That kind of sucked. But everything else was just perfect how it happened.
It was. And Reese is such a good storyteller. And every match that Reese is on, I you can look at in the card and be like, I gotta watch that.
Gotta watch that.
I can't miss that.
I want to talk about the landscape of 880 wrestling now. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. In my opinion, it's very crazy. There's your group, the Dead Hand Society. There's the Leaders by Example. And then there's obviously a little bit like the Psychedelic Dreams. You've got Zeke doing their thing. You've got, of course, Tatiana still there. I got to ask, why is this place so chaotic right now? Why is your faction and Leaders thinking they can just run the whole place?
It's just because we really can. Like, we have taken... both of our teams have taken 880 by the neck. And it's something that a lot of the people around 880 are too afraid to do. Like nobody's willing to do that. It's just that myself, the rest of the Dead Hand Society, the leaders by example, are all willing to grab a chokehold of 880 wrestling and suck the life out of it.
So you guys are just gonna take all the titles, make everybody's lives miserable and stuff like that?
Hopefully.
Because I will say you've done a really good job at that so far. You've made mine and Toddy's life, especially Toddy. You don't like Toddy for some reason.
No,
it seems like.
Toddy's a little baby.
Why? Toddy's not a baby.
Oh my God.
Toddy's great.
Toddy, okay.
That's the voice of 880 wrestling we're talking about.
Sure thing, yeah. He's the voice of 880 wrestling.
Yes.
But he yells about all these things. He gets so sad and mad about me winning all the time. He gets mad at the leaders for winning all the time. It's
That's
like,
fair.
what do you do something about it, Toddy? You can't. Exactly.
I don't think he's getting mad at you guys winning per se. I think he's getting mad on how you guys are winning. I mean, after all, the Dead Hand Society, if there's one member out there, what do we always say? There's always going to be others roaming in the distance. You never know when a Dead Hand member is going to come out. Like, can you guys do anything by yourselves?
Well, let me remind you,
Okay.
Austin.
Yes.
MV Young, I beat one-on-one. Nobody came out to help me.
You did.
Brandon St. James.
See, the fact that you have to think, you know.
No.
Okay.
But no, my triple threat match with GME and Matt Connard, beat them. Nobody came out to help me. All of these eliminator matches that I'm having.
Right.
Look, I beat Big Jim Fridge I beat Big Jim Fridge. Nobody came out to help me for that.
It's Big Jim Fridge.
Honestly, things were against me because he had Dev.
Yeah.
He had Big Dev Swayze out there. And come on,
get
out of here. Don't do that.
What? That's how tall he is. That's how tall he is.
I don't care.
That's what he said. He's 6'7". You don't understand it? It's my generation's thing. It's 6'7".
I understand that it's your generation's thing.
I despise it, but it's funny. I despise it, but it's funny. You think I want to be here doing this right now?
I'm just busting your chops. But no, everybody gets mad at me for just doing what everybody else is afraid to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's go out of your way to cheat, pretty much. That's what you're talking about.
To maintain the status quo at 880 Wrestling, we have to make sure that the person who is the best wrestler on that entire roster still has the prize that proves that they are the best wrestler on the entire roster. How we get there, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter because nobody can outthink me. Nobody can outlead me. Sorry, leaders, but nobody is outleading Nix Wilde right now. I am leading the most dominant faction in 880 wrestling and probably in all of Pittsburgh independent wrestling and probably in all of independent wrestling in general.
I mean, it's hard to disagree there when you have the world title around your shoulder, around your waist. I mean, some would argue that you're keeping it captive right now, but I mean, that's besides the point. I will give you credit. You did win that title fair and square. Or maybe not fair and square, but you did win that title. You did win that title. So props to you on that. Overall, though, 880 Wrestling, and I feel like I would agree with this. I had a conversation with Toddy and Eamon, the rest of the broadcasting team, and they said, yeah, this might be one of the best variations of 880 that we had in a while, because obviously there was the New Kensington era, there was the shop, and now we're at the warehouse. Yeah. Would you say this is maybe your favorite version of 880, or like, do you look back on the other two and be like, nah, this one's probably a little more nostalgic than this one?
It feels very much like we've leveled up. It feels like we've leveled up finally to be what we should be.
Yeah.
You know, all props to the shop. You know, I didn't hate it. I think it got us into Pittsburgh, which is great. Like, we're one of the only companies in this area who is running consistently inside Pittsburgh proper.
Yeah.
And we got to do that at the shop in the South Side, and that felt cool. That felt really cool. I love New Ken. There are times when I miss it. I miss that building, but it was time to go when it was time to go. And now that we've made this partnership with E360 and with the warehouse, it just feels so cool. That building feels so cool, and I cannot wait to see it, like, you know, with a big, one of those big Friday, Saturday shows. I'm really excited for that.
Oh, I'm excited for that too. And I'll tell you what, I feel like the warehouse is missing a little bit more personality, but obviously that's going to come with time because it's still so relatively new. The shop, you knew the shop's identity the second you walked in there. I mean, it's a skateboard shop, all the graffiti everywhere.
Yeah.
The ring was pretty small, but I mean, like, you knew like that. You're like, okay, this place has a certain vibe and a certain feel. And I wasn't really there for the New Ken days. I went a couple times as a fan, but even there, you could tell it had a personality.
Sure.
The warehouse, it's missing it right now, but I feel like over time you're going to start to see it grow. And I love the space. I mean, such a spacious place.
Yeah, I love the space. I love the locker room area. Is so good. It's so nice to have that much room to change. And
plan your strategies.
I just remember, being at the shop, just like kind of, it would feel a little claustrophobic sometimes, and I'm a person that needs to breathe. I need some space away from people. I think you're right. I think that the warehouse is missing a little bit of the personality. Because the shop, that was what was so cool about that. Like it felt like punk rock. Mm-hmm. Like it felt like walking into a punk rock venue, and that was it hit me right in the heart. I did love that. But I think the warehouse just has this the space is there, and now turning it into 880, and making it identifiable and stuff like that. I think that's the next step, but I do feel like we've leveled up.
Oh, for sure. I mean, from commentary to production to the in-ring competitors, I mean, everything has just been amazing from what I've seen.
Yeah, everybody's firing on all cylinders. Yeah, commentary, production. Everybody feels like we are
even social media.
Yeah, even social media is awesome. Like we're hitting a stride, and I do think that 880 Wrestling is. I think we're the coolest. I think we're the coolest professional wrestling company in Pittsburgh, and I say that with my whole chest. And that no disrespect to anybody else, but I love it. And I just like, we're firing. I'm fired up, Austin.
It's hard to disagree.
I'm fired up.
It's hard to disagree. Next, let's talk something non-wrestling related for a second. I see the Steelers shirt.
Oh yeah.
That you're wearing. What is that? 1995 AFC champions. I'm assuming.
Shout out Neil O'Donnell.
I'm assuming you're a Steelers fan then, right?
I am. Big Steelers fan.
Okay. Is it just because obviously you grew up in Pittsburgh, love the Steelers, young age kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Uniontown, but my dad and my pap my whole family were Steelers fans, so it was kind of just like injected into my veins at a young age.
Yeah.
Like, you have to love this team. But I started watching football in 2004. Really like locking in on football in 2004, and when I was like 8, and it was honestly that was the same year I fell in love with wrestling. Actually,
oh wow,
it was like the same. It kind of like went together, and I've loved the Steelers ever since. I love that. I love that team.
Have you kept up with them quite a bit this past season? You have?
Yes, I have.
How heartbroken were you after the wild card round versus the Houston Texans? I have to ask.
Heartbroken, but not super surprised. I mean, I knew that defense, the Texans defense, was going to crush us. I just really, so when the Steelers lose in the playoffs, whatever team they lose to, I'm like, okay, well, you better win the fucking Super Bowl now. You better. And guess who's not going to do that?
Not the Texans.
Not the Houston Texans. Stupid. I just felt, damn, that's brutal. Like, I would at least like to be like, okay, they are that
Hey, we
good.
lost the champion.
That's fine, whatever. But no, I can't stomach them losing as bad as they did to the Patriots.
Yeah, no. Bad game. Well, Mike Tomlin is no longer a coach now. Longest tenured head coach. I've covered it a little bit on the podcast with my co-host Lucas, who's not here. He's not answering my calls. I don't think he likes me anymore. I don't know what his problem is. He came in here the one day, bashed me over the head with a piece of styrofoam and left. And I was like, okay. True story. Literally happened 2 weeks ago.
I believe you. No, that's not...
Yeah. It's not that funny, Nix.
What the hell, dude? That sucks.
That's my best friend right there, and he just turned heel on me live on the podcast. What the hell?
As someone who's done that against their best friend, I mean, listen, eventually it's inevitable.
It's inevitable? Okay. Well, he's gone, and he gave me his opinion on the Steelers, and, I mean, he understood it, and he agreed with it, too. But I want to get your opinion on it as a Steelers fan. Do you think the Mike Tomlin move was right? Right move? Right time?
Yeah, it was the right time. I am glad that Mike Tomlin got to do it on his own accord. I think that yes, of course, is the right time. It was the right thing to do. We are going to keep kind of living in mediocrity if we, it's insane to just keep doing what we're doing. Yeah. But I don't know how anybody could just be like stoked. That was what was like so frustrating for me is like, this man has been our coach for 19 years. Mm-hmm. We've only had 3 coaches since 1970. That's insane. And this dude has given us so much, and you don't win a Super Bowl. You don't go to 2 Super Bowls. You don't have that many non-losing seasons without being a great leader and without being a great coach. So it's crazy to just be like, yes, finally, Mike Tomlin's gone. Like, we're that excited that this surefire Hall of Fame, football coach is gone. Like, now we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Now we got to figure out what's going to happen next. We don't have a quarterback, for God's sakes.
No.
Who's it going to be? Will Howard?
You like Will Howard?
I like him. It's going to be interesting to see. But we need somebody who can. And that's the other thing. Mike Tomlin is not a very good at. I understand where his weaknesses were. And developing talent was never going to happen.
No.
But he did it pretty okay with Mason Rudolph and with Kenny Pickett. They went to the playoffs with Kenny Pickett.
Hail to Pitt.
Which is pretty crazy. But he wasn't a great development of talent. But if we can get somebody can do that with Will Howard, I'll take it. That'd be easy. But I don't think that's where we're going.
Got to go young, I think, because I feel like a lot of the experienced coaches, they're finally giving up on. Like, you see Sean McDermott's gone now. Yeah. You saw John Harbaugh was let go. Stefanski was let go. So, it's the trend right now in the NFL.
Yeah.
And the point that I always bring up is Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, which is an incredible feat. But the last 7 years in the playoffs, the last 7 playoff games you had were all losses. You haven't won a playoff game since 2016, which is just god-awful. And the last 4 specifically, Nix, you got blown out by 21 points or more.
No,
that is ridiculous.
I do understand that. And that is why I was like, okay, if we go into this game with the Texans and for real this time, if it's bad, all right, I understand. Let's get fine. It's time to move on. But, if he would have won that, would we be having a different conversation?
That's a good point. Probably not.
I don't know who knows what would have happened if he would have. But it didn't happen. We only scored 6 points, and the Texans absolutely crushed us. So
even with all the turnovers Stroud had to, it's like, what the hell? He had 10 turnovers in 2 playoff games.
The defense isn't that good. The Texans defense can't be that good. It's just.
It's just DJ Stroud. But no, I like the point you bring up. 3 different head coaches over the entire span of the Steelers. You got Chuck Noll. Yeah. Mike Tomlin, and then Bill Cowher. And Bill Cowher, he went to Carleton. I don't know if you knew this or not. That's the high school he went to. Very small school. The most famous 2 people to come out of Carleton is Bill Cowher and me. That's it. I had to do that.
That's crazy. That's awesome. I love that.
Went to the same high school as Bill Cowher. But no, in all seriousness, they need to find someone young. They really do.
They do. They need to find someone young. They need to find someone who can, take over and hopefully, again, last 20 years. And that's what they, that's what they'll try to do. It's so cool that I've only seen 2 head coaches for the Pittsburgh Steelers in my time of being a fan and being alive. And, teams like the Browns or whatever have had like 30,
A new coach every year feels like.
Yeah, like a new coach every single year or halfway through the year or something like that. And we're very fortunate. That's the thing is like, I think Steelers fans sometimes they get lost in this, like, we have to win. And I agree. Like, I want us to win a Super Bowl. Absolutely. I want us to win at least a playoff game. But we are so spoiled because there's so many teams that are just garbage, just bad. Just bad.
Fully agree. And I'm a Cardinals fan, so I'm used to depression of all.
Yeah.
I know. Which the reason why I'm a Cardinals fan, Larry Fitzgerald went to Pitt. I'm a big Pitt guy, so that's why I like the Cardinals.
Absolutely.
And my dad grew up a Chiefs fan, so he hated the Steelers. So his hatred for the Steelers rubbed off on me, so now I hate the Steelers. And 2009 gave me a better reason to hate them because the Steelers beat the Cardinals. Broke my little heart.
But still one of the best football games I've ever watched in my life.
Steelers and Cardinals?
Yeah, still one of my favorite football
games.
Definitely my favorite. I mean, I'm biased, but my favorite Super Bowl of all time. I mean,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Such a good game.
I was talking to you a little bit beforehand about Bill Hillgrove. When he actually came on the podcast, I asked him what was his favorite sports call of all time. And Hillgrove, legendary career, 60-plus years of broadcasting. He said his favorite call was Santonio Holmes, 2-foot touch back of the end zone against the Steelers. And I told Hillgrove, I was like, listen, man, you broke like little 5-year-old Austin's heart that day. I hope you know that. I cried so hard because I'm little. I didn't understand. I just was like, oh, Larry. And then I'm like, wah, we lost.
No, dude. When I was young, I was crying every time. Well, listen, even when they lost to the Packers in the Super Bowl in 2012.
Yeah.
I at that point I was like 17, and that's still that really broke me down watching Rashard Mendenhall fumble that fucking football. I hate you, Mendenhall. I hate you.
Well, I want the Teddy and Society come after you, I guess. Gonna send Jazz out there, a little
Wild
sacrificial lamb.
driver for Rashard Mendenhall.
Is this how you do it? This how you do it?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm never doing that again. I just was wondering. I just want to make sure I did it right.
Well, you're not allowed to do it again.
Okay, I won't. Is this okay? All right, we'll keep it down. We'll keep it down.
You don't want to keep that down.
Nix, I appreciate you so much for coming on the podcast today. I have one last question for you, though.
Okay.
Before we end things off. I ask literally every guest this.
Okay.
And you're going to be the next guest to answer it. You probably listen to my stuff, so you probably already know where I'm going with this.
I think I do.
What's the favorite restaurant and why? Favorite place to grab a meal? Favorite place to grab some food? I'm a foodie. Love talking restaurants. This is always the question I stump people on, too, so.
This is a brutal question. I have a lot, because, I do have a lot of favorite restaurants. But I would have to say, I'll go with my favorite Thai restaurant in the city is it's Thai Cottage in Regent Square.
Okay.
It's got they're one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite meals. It's a great comfort food. If you go, you get I like to get the khao soi. It's just like a very little spicy, but like brothy, sort of like coconut milk based broth. Oh, so good.
Okay.
Really warm you up.
That's your favorite go-to food you would probably say then too?
I love Thai food.
Thai food's a favorite?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. But if I had to pick one restaurant that I like to tell people about,
it's that
Cottage, yeah.
All right. I think I'm about to give that one a try then. I'm plain. I like burgers, fries,
Yeah, that's fair. Me too.
You like burgers too?
I do. I love burgers. Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard not to like burgers. You got a burger place?
Okay, my favorite burger place? Okay.
There's a lot of good ones.
There are a lot of good ones.
I'll recommend you a good burger while you're thinking. CityWorks, right down here in Market Square. You ever been there?
No, I've never been there.
Great place. Recommend it. A little pricey, but it's good.
Okay, hell
worth
yeah.
it.
That's fine. Yeah, I like I know smash burgers are super trendy right now, but I do love a smash burger. I don't like a big burger, I like a wider burger.
That's fair.
But I also make a good burger.
Oh.
Sometimes it's hard because I know that I go to a burger place and I'm like, I think I could do a better job.
You do a better job at it.
I think I could do a better job at it.
You like to season yours up and everything?
Yeah. I love making it good.
Damn, the Dead Hand Society Clubhouse must be eating good then.
Oh, yeah.
Chef Nix Wilde.
Yeah.
Am I invited? No? Oh, okay.
For a nominal fee.
A fee?
For a fee.
I call your damn matches. I can't even get a burger.
I don't care what you call.
Oh, my gosh. I'll have Sorg delete the indiewrestling.us video of you winning that title. Then I'll make a phone
I'll
call.
make you a burger, Austin, but it's gonna be a black bean burger.
Damn it. Okay. Maybe not. But that's the favorite restaurant you would say? You got not really a big snack guy either, just kind of like
snack. Well, I do. I do f with some snacks. I like a peach rings.
Okay.
I like some peach rings.
Peach rings.
Yeah, those are probably I like gummy candy a lot.
Oh, okay. So
Like my
bit of a sweet tooth.
Bit of a sweet tooth. I love like chocolate and peanut butter. Man, I could really go off on this. But,
go ahead, why not? Let loose. Let loose.
Let it fly. No, but gummy candy is like my kryptonite. I do love.
Okay.
God, I love peach rings.
It's hard not to like candy.
I'm gonna have to go get that.
I know where you're going on the way out of here.
I'm out of here.
You're out of here. I'm going to get the peach rings. Well, Nix, I really do appreciate you again so much for coming on. Even though I don't fully agree with everything you do 880-wise.
That's fine.
I do appreciate you at least for taking the time to come down here to Point Park and do this episode today. I will give you the final words. Anything you would like to leave with the audience, where they can find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, Nix_Wilde. That's pretty much my only social media that I like to use. And you should check out the band Fall 50 Feet, all one word. Those are my boys. And you should also... That's it.
That's it?
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Okay. Well, thank you, Champ.
Check out 880. Come to our shows. TNF, Thursday Night Fights, every Thursday at 8 p.m. at the Warehouse.
829 Industry Street.
829 Industry Street.
You know it. Well, Nix,
Thanks, buddy.
My pleasure for having you
Appreciate
on.
you.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our newest episode, which comes out this Thursday. I'm Austin Cairns. See y'all in the next one. Peace.